the success that we've seen in terms of building these marvelous tools over the last 12, 15 years has been such a success because it has been bipartisan, or perhaps more accurately, nonpartisan. The threat that we face right now is actually not a partisan one. In some ways, it's a generational one. If you take a look at the 100 U.S. senators who voted to create PEPFAR, this magnificent tool that's changed the course of human history in sub-Saharan Africa, only about 50 of those senators are still in office. And we've had a similar generational change in the House. So I would argue that the challenge that we face is that we've lost a generation of leaders who are emotionally and politically invested in these marvelous tools. And with the influx that we have of new leaders, both sides of the aisle, different experiences, the great task for us is simply telling the story and rebuilding that connection. And I would argue, as someone who helped to craft some of these programs, and as you mentioned, have seen them at work in the field, this is one of the most remarkable policy successes that we've seen in modern times. The progress has been made against diseases that were considered insurmountable, that were considered to be a fact of life. It's fantastic. But we really haven't done as good a job, I think, as we need to do and as we can do in telling that story and letting members see it firsthand, because I think that the new generation of leaders, when they see not just the numbers, but have the chance to talk with African leaders and African families, I'm very confident that coalition can be rebuilt. Now, specifically in response to your question, if this starts to fall on partisan lines, which it has not done in recent years, I think a lot of things are at risk. These programs are sustainable because they aren't partisan and that they haven't been partisan. But if they begin to fall on ideological lines or partisan lines, then you put at risk that sustainability. And when you risk sustainability, there's a huge fallout. It makes it harder for the private sector to invest because they see less predictability in those investments. It's hard for our partners in sub-Saharan Africa to make the investments that they need to make, not just the financial investments, but the political investments, diplomatic investments, and human resource investments, if they think that this is less sustainable because of politics. So it is absolutely essential that we rebuild the coalition, and we do so by simply taking a look at the objective results, which are quite remarkable.